Hey guys, what is up? It's Mr. FFC back here. So we have made a lot of progress since I last recorded. I set up a bunch of stuff. We're gonna go over kind of what I did as well as kind of show you guys a bit of how to do it and such. Just kind of talking about the normal stuff just so that you guys can understand and such. Did much of the grunt work and just moving stuff over, especially now that I have this porter. I mean, I cannot emphasize how much like this has been so nice. This is beautiful. I love it. Um, so I think I said that we're gonna do the I'm gonna move over the ME system, and so it's basically what I did. The first thing that I did, I set up solar panels all the way up at the top and brought Ender energy conduits, which can transfer about 20,000 RF per tick down to here, and brought those vibrant capacitors up here just for power or to store some power, and then had them connecting up to everything. And so I did that whole connection thing. Let's go down and like it. I don't know if you guys wanna let me know how it looks and stuff, cause I don't really know how much I like it. I was thinking about like it looks kinda okay. I don't know. Maybe sometime we can, I don't know, like maybe spice it up with some chisels and bits. Maybe that would look better. But I was thinking about just making it all the marble and just like into there, almost like just extending out like a laboratory in the middle, extending out into these like rings of whatever. I don't know. I still haven't done the entrances, which I just realized. I'm gonna F7. That's ugly. Whatever. We'll figure that out later. But so I made a little pathway and connected it. So we have the controller, ME controller over here, linked up to power with these ME dense smart cables, which are just terrible to make, honestly. I swear. Like, if you guys want to look at the rest, not that, this one. So it's not too hard, obviously this isn't very hard, but to actually make the dense covered cable, you have to make 4 of the ME covered cables, and for the 4 ME covered cables, you need an ME glass cable with a piece of wool. ME glass cable is fluix crystals with quartz fiber. Quartz fiber is pulverized quartz. It's just kind of a rough time. To make like a couple stacks of these is just terrible, generally. It's like 9 stacks of wool. But anyways, I made a lot of these. We set it up and brought it over here. So also I just gonna bring it really down to basics. So each side of this ME controller is one pathway, basically. Can store really unlimited channels, but you can only have technically 32 channels because that's the most dense cables. So really 32 channels on each side of this block. So we have these ME dense smart cables. The first cable I believe can give like 4 or 8 channels, the normal cable. Then the dense cable or the no, the covered cable can do I think 16, 8 or 16. I can't remember. And then the dense smart cable, the smart is just you can see how many channels, but the dense can have 32. So each like object that's hooked up to it takes up a channel. So we go down here, and now these cables, they're the glass fluix. We can downgrade it from that, and because I mean we don't have many channels over here. It's just an ME drive, crafting terminal, pattern terminal, nothing really big. Um, so did that, and then so I don't really know why I did dense smart cables all the way down. Not sure if I really needed to. It's okay though. I'm sure I will eventually have to. God, I keep going on the wrong side. So, apart from that though, I'll show you guys what I did downstairs. I've made quite a bit of progress down there as well. But so I also actually, because this area is just terribly unlit, I actually put night vision on my Ender helmet, which for those of you that don't know, you can like add on a bunch of different stuff. Like I'm just looking at the night vision upgrade. They're just very easy to make, mostly. Like this one's just a blank dark steel upgrade template for each of them. And it's just dark iron bars, clay string, very easy, and then you just mix it with something, and so that's just it uses power, I believe, maybe? I'm not actually sure, honestly. And then it just gives you night vision, so it's nice. And then like empowered, there's 5 different tiers. Different ones give you different amounts of like damage absorption. Like the top one gives like 95. They're decently easy to make-ish. Earlier on, they're hard, but at this point, they'd be like super easy. Anyways, so I can hit my hotkey, and we get night vision, which is very nice in this area. And I might start keeping it on in general. But okay, so we have the ME controller. I really need to turn on or set up an obelisk so that it just stops spawning. But so we have the ME controller going into the interfaces, which the interfaces mixed with molecular assemblers. Now you have to just have these touching so that they all get like picked up. Now each of these ME interfaces is a channel. So if we look at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have 6 channels used up. The molecular assemblers don't count. But so in each of these ME interfaces, we have patterns. Now, if I take one out, it shows like it's a pattern. But these are all the different recipes, so you can make these in a pattern terminal. Using JEI is typically the best way to get the actual recipe and such. But and then so basically, if these are just normal crafting, like a gear, just for letting it'll interact with the interface, and then once you like ask for that pattern to be crafted, it'll interact with a molecular assembler and craft it in that molecular assembler. So I don't exactly know how it actually works, but eh, maybe we'll put in speed upgrades. I don't know if it's necessary, but anyways, whatever. So that's very basic, just crafting stuff, etc. Then we have the crafting storages. Each of these, so different amounts of crafting. You need to, so just to craft like a stick is just a couple bytes to craft like one thing. But as you get more and more complex items, and you have to have more things crafted, like when you have craft or patterns that take patterns to be crafted to make those patterns, like say, well, wood sticks. If you have an oak log that needs to be crafted into oak planks and then planks into sticks, that would be more than just obviously just planks being crafted into sticks. And when it gets more and more complex, it takes more and more bytes. Most of my recipes are just like even a vibrant capacitor bank or a machine frame are still under 4K bytes. Like 10 of them, or not 10 of them, a couple of them are still under 4K bytes. So it's really not a problem for now. 1K, you probably have a rough time. But so you can use these. If I really had a problem, I could combine the two. But anyways, um, so you can use these. I also need to make crafting co-processors, which basically allow you to do multiple crafting processes at the same time. So I could craft stuff and smelt stuff, and then like that type of stuff all at the same time, rather than one at a time, at a time, at a time, etc. But so this is the more complicated stuff. I haven't really gotten into any super complicated ME system stuff yet, especially integrating other mods apart from Ender.io, which is very easy. But I'll have to work on that eventually, and we'll get through that together. But so we have these attached to ME interfaces. This top one is for the sag mill. These are patterns. You can use a processing pattern. I'll show you guys how to kind of do that in a minute. But so we have these patterns, and basically it'll request a piece of sand, and then it'll put it into like that interface, and then in the Ender IO we have it pulling from that side, so it'll pull it out of the interface, put it into the sag mill, and then sag it down into whatever. And then after that's done, we have a Ender IO item conduit, always extracting all the things out of it, and then it immediately uh, inserts it inserts it into the ME interface. And we have the same thing happening here with a bunch of other patterns like vibrant alloys, just inserts an energetic alloy and enderpearl. It pulls it in and then exports it out after it's done. So pretty basic once you understand it. It gets a lot more complicated-ish. Really, it gets a lot more complicated when you're trying to do it quickly and efficiently, especially with other mods and with a lot of um, things to be crafted. Like if you wanted to make like I don't know, like a base of something. Like if you wanted to make like a windy base, you'd have to be able to make that, which isn't honestly hard at all. But if you wanted to make even the empty base is somewhat difficult because you'd have to go through the alchemy table and then take that and then put it in. But that's once again even still pretty easy. You go Eris though. This is probably one of the easier bases, but for Eris you have to make the simple stimulant, then put it back into the alchemy table, probably into another alchemy table rather than the same alchemy table, and then use it to make this. So it gets a little more complicated, especially when you're talking about, not this one, which one is it? Icy base? Yeah, like icy base. Icy base, you need like 4 glacius. You need simple stimulants, but for that you need aqueous. Aqueous, you need simple stimulants, as well as you need potion flask. For potion flask, you need to use alchemy table again. So you're talking about like layers and layers of auto crafting with the same um, crafting ability. So I'm not even sure how to do that yet, but I'll figure it out. Anyways, so then other than that, we have the other cables going down to the bottom. And so these cables, this is very simple. It's just we have this storage area, of course, with the drawer controller, and then so we have a storage bus on here and a downgraded cable from the dense. So this just takes up one channel, but so because we have this ME storage bus, this ME storage bus can look into this drawer controller, and because this drawer controller is looking at all of these drawers, we effectively can look at all of these drawers through our ME system and withdraw stuff, use it for auto crafting, etc. Oh, I need to go up. Whoops, you guys gotta. Anyways. But so yeah, like I can see basalt essence, inferium, all these different things that I have a bunch of in there. So that's really good. Apart from that, with dealing with the farms as well, I actually have added a couple. I'm not sure exactly how many since we last recorded, but so we have this place, which is the most recent one, which I'm assuming, yeah, I still haven't, I'm gonna work on this very soon. We haven't actually set up the power or the item conduits, so I still have to do that, and then, but this is coal, tin, lead, and copper. And then a bit farther down here, we set up, ender lilies so that we can actually get ender pearls, because we were running a bit low, especially when we're making, like, these item energy conduits. They take, 3 energetic alloy per 8. Um, so it takes up quite and each energetic alloy takes an ender pearl. And this is, I think, just quartz. This is what is it actually? Oh, this is stone and dirt, just for our normal like stuff. And then this is I don't know. Well, nobody wants to grow. This is water, sheep, cow, and chicken essence, I believe. And then of course the bottom ones are normal. It did actually stop running last night because apparently I'd never turned this on to always active. So that's quite unfortunate, but it's okay. But yeah, we have a good amount of stuff. I still have a lot of work to do generally. Of course with this setup, but also even going up to the drawers. I need to put a lot of drawer upgrades on these, as well as I want to put on void upgrades. Cause say for if we're talking about like the sheep, water, cow, and chicken, because they're all in one plot of farm, if one of these items gets filled up in the drawer, it will effectively stop all of the items being filled up because it will fill up the gatherer. So if we want stuff to be continuously put in, say we fill up on cow essence, it'll try to put it into the cow essence thing, but just void the extra. So it works. It should work pretty well. Apart from that, though, the last kind of big thing, as you guys might have seen generally from going up, but also I made another basalt floor. I moved over the blood magic altar. Haven't really done much. I set up little areas. This is where the runes are gonna be, where beacons are gonna be. Just using tin for now, just because it kind of more or less goes with the aesthetic, and really the only main mineral that I have a decent amount of. Yeah, haven't done too much here, just set it up a little bit. But so now that we also, I'm sure like this was a problem that I was trying to solve last recording or episode as well. We wanted to actually be able to make the conduit facades so that we can actually have a nice farming area. I have two projects to do, although I'm not sure if the second one will actually work, but we'll finish this real quickly though, just so that we can get it all done and set up. So I auto-crafted some patterns earlier because I knew that I'd use them. So first one's gonna be very easy. So I want to be able to auto-craft conduit binder. Although, well, actually, I'm not gonna auto-craft conduit binder because I need to. I've already filled up my alloy smelter interface stuff. I could add another one, but I'm just not going to right now. We'll work on that later. But I want to autocraft conduit binder composite. So if I want to autocraft sand, it's just dirt and fire essence, although I do need to actually set up the fire essence farm again because that's been off. Now gravel, dirt, and stone. And so, okay, additionally, just a good thing in general, keeping ore dictionary substitutions on for pretty much everything. I don't know if there's a downside, but for a good amount of things, especially if you're talking about like things that are going to use separate NBT or UUIDs or I mean not UUID, NBT data tags or such, or individual items like swords that have different damages or like energy cells for vibrant or for capacitor banks, that type of stuff. You need to use the ore dictionary substitutions because it won't pick it up if you don't, like, because see like these are individual items. You can have an individual charge in each of them, so they pick up as different items. If you don't have the ore dictionary substitutions on, it won't try to, if you've already crafted that, it won't use it for a separate crafting, auto crafting. So you have to make sure to keep that on for certain things, maybe not everything, not entirely sure. But then, so you have the patterns here, you just click encode pattern, and there we go. And if you press shift, you can see what the patterns have. Um, Now let's see, also clay. Clay's pretty easy as well. Same thing. So we have all the items to actually make the conduit binder composite. Now we just put that in there. Blah, blah, blah. Now we can go over here. I know I have one ME interface that's pretty much empty. I'm not sure which one it is. Where are you? There you are, apparently. Alright, that's good. I made actually quite a bit of binder composite earlier regardless, but let's see, actually I've got 552, so we're pretty much good on it anyways, but let's make like 100 of it. And it's very easy, very simple. We already have quite a few, so we don't even need to craft much. We already have all the sand. We need to make some gravel. Pretty easy, should be done quite quickly. I see it's going up very quickly. But so apart from that, I will do the grunt work of actually making. Well, let's actually go and see. Okay, so um, I hate that. All right, so we wanted to see what this is about. We have to use like quite clear glass, which is just that's just annoying generally. um, I'm gonna make like a stack of this because honestly I need it. So that's all right. But all right. So glass. Do we have any? We have 6. That's enough for now, I guess. Wait, actually, no. Okay. So quite clear glass, if I remember correctly. I don't know if this is okay. This isn't composing. It's just smelting it in there. Yeah, it is. So we'll have a bit of quite clear glass. I just want to be able to. I just want to check out what this does. Let's just grab a item conduit. Oh, I already have some. I'll grab that. We can literally just make one, honestly. Um, let's see what this even does, generally. Wait. Right click on a conduit to place. Not sure. I'm assuming I have to go and actually paint it, but eh. Let's see. I have the painting machine down here. I need to plug it back into some actual power. Same with the other one, but it's alright for now. I toss some quartz glass in there. I needed that actually. Toss that in there. See what's going on here. Oop. Interesting. Huh. That is quite cool, honestly. I mean, I can't really use it now. I might use it eventually, but for something. But at the same time, I'm using my conduits as a floor, so can't really do that with that. It's always nice though that it doesn't take that up. Anyways, we'll toss those in there. Let's just make sure this is all good real quick, actually, though. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but, you know, just wondering. Oh, yeah, it looks good. You can, oh, that's one thing that I never even looked at. Okay, cool, you can, awesome. Treat them as solid blocks. Alright, so that seems that, like, it works. I will actually go around placing them and such later on, but yeah. That'll be a job for later. But so for the next little project, not at all a long project, and I just want to do real quick, wireless receiver. Um, I know I actually had some of these, but it's whatever. Um, later, we'll do it later, or I'll test it out. But so I don't know, you guys probably might have noticed, but going down into the farm is fairly laggy. I mean, it seems all good up here, so I'm not sure as I get closer and closer. That's maybe a little laggy. Oh, now it's getting there. Anyways, it seems like we'll see how laggy it is up in the base. But for the time being, just especially when I'm doing when I'm doing actual like work on the farm or such, this would be a nice thing to have. So I want to make a wireless transmitter and wireless receiver. I'm hoping that I can just turn the wireless transmitter on and it'll just continuously send to the wireless receiver. We might have to work on some other stuff. It's alright though, not a big deal. So we're gonna make these and just see if they work. I want to um, just be able to, so you can, with the gatherers, you can turn them off with, or like on or off with a redstone pulse. So if I use this, we can basically effectively turn off the farms while I'm in the base or while I'm on, etc. Then turn them on overnight or that type of thing. Or I could even, if I want to, I could leave on certain, or just not have the wireless transmitter and receiver on ones that I want to have on all the time, or that type of stuff. So we can do a bunch of different stuff here. So we need to make a couple of these. I'll just make like 5. I'm hoping that I only need to make one of these. Not at all entirely sure, but we'll see. We're testing it out. It's a process. Okay, do we need another one of those? Yeah, we gonna make a fair few of these. Okay, do I? No, I need to make that still. Receiver dish. Alright, so let's see how these work exactly. What does the advanced mean? Frequency name, spectrum. Interesting. Not really what I want to do. Oh, but I can, oh, I probably can do like, okay, lever. And interesting, okay. If I set that up and set up to 8, and then set up I'll just grab a piece of redstone. Where does that send it to? Right here? Ah, right there. Okay, so dope. That's awesome. So I should be able to probably, especially once I set up the actual facades. I could even paint this maybe. Maybe. I don't really see any reason why I would. It kind of looks cool actually. I'd be fine with it. But anyways, so I'm assuming, yeah, you can probably set this to many of them. So basically what we can do, so the redstone one I'm definitely never gonna turn off because I want to be generating redstone so that the farms are constantly being used. Probably at least. I'm just gonna toss this wireless transmitter down. Throw that down and make it to 10. Whatever. Not a big deal. Let's make a bunch of these wireless receivers though now. I need a lot of these. I'm just gonna make a decent couple. Apparently we're gonna make that many. Oh, I forgot to actually make these. Okay, so we're gonna have 4. That's enough for one level. You can see how it goes. It's a little helpful. Um, whatever. The other problem is that I haven't actually set up the conduit facades, so for the time being, oh wait, what? I can't put on glowstone. That's problematic. Okay, not that way. That plus 10. That's alright. It's not a big deal. Just gonna put it on this side. Oh, and I also need to actually change these to active on redstone signal. Active without redstone signal. I'd prefer active without redstone signal. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I really don't need to do that one. 10. I never actually put anything here. I'm also gonna probably move these around depending on how many actual things I need. And I'll toss. Honestly will need ender eyes for a long time. Yeah, I don't think I really need. I really don't need these guys. This stone and dirt that much. I'm gonna put this on here. All right. And then, up. Yeah, these are quite laggy. We'll go flip the lever on and see how much better the lag gets, especially, and see if this is any good. Hopefully. Okay, stay on. Should be sending it out. Seems a bit better lag-wise. Well, actually, this shouldn't actually affect the lag at all because I'm fairly certain that the lag is all just the plant updates. So until all these farms have actually fully grown, doesn't really matter that much. And additionally, the interesting thing is gonna be oh boy, it's gonna be rough. When we actually get a large amount of Inferium blocks, I've set up about 2 and a bit of the farms. When we get a large amount of these blocks, oh boy, I definitely will want to be able to turn the farms off because the amount of block updates that are going to be occurring when if these farms are maxed out, it's going to be kind of scary, very very scary. So yeah, that'll be an interesting time. But yeah. We probably won't be having that many Inferium blocks until the point that we actually are able to get um, diamond plants, which is a far ways off. Um, but anyways, all right though. That is gonna be it for this episode, I think. However, so what I'm planning on possibly working on is, I mean, how many actual other seeds do I have? I think I've got all the seeds basically down. Um, I think I do I have fire seeds down? I'm honestly not sure actually. I don't. Actually, I can just toss them over in this corner because we don't really need that many. But that should work fine. So I think we basically have every seed that we want to have down right now. Um, so that's quite good. That'll be good for now. Um, So really just at this point, I think what I'm gonna try to start working on, I'm gonna probably finish setting up this blood magic area, just transferring over. Still have a bit of stuff to transfer over. I'm gonna transfer over a fair amount of these machines, most likely. Also, I don't even know if I ever showed you guys this. I have a wither skeleton farm. I hadn't actually checked it in a good like close to probably like a week because I had exams. Um, and it just had been running, and apparently there is one wither skeleton trophy in the actual in the item vacuum. So it was just picking up basically just Wither Skeleton trophies for the last like week. So I got like 26 of them. So I don't even need to really worry about Wither Skeletons because I can literally just run over here and just smack these guys. And so each of these guys give me a Wither Skeleton skull every like 5, 10, 15-ish minutes or so. So I get like 26 Wither Skulls every like 15 minutes if I really want, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, so I need to transfer over this stuff as well as so the alchemy table, the Hellfire Forge. Don't think I need the smelter anymore, gotta be honest. And then eventually what I'm planning on doing is making another level on top of that and transferring over some of this Britannia stuff. I might just set up the area and get the stuff get the stuff kind of set up. Might do some of my own research because I am not that good at Britannia in general or automation of Britannia especially. So I will research that and I'll work on trying to figure out my own process and stuff and then maybe showing you guys how I set it up and that sort of thing so that we can learn through that together. But alright guys, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you guys in the next one.